Hola, buenos noches, and good evening. This is your weekly news report, and I'm your host, Pedro. A UPS plane with 3 crew members aboard crashed as it was taking off late Tuesday afternoon in Louisville, Kentucky, igniting a large fire and producing a large cloud of black smoke over the area. UPS Flight 2976 crashed around 5:15 p.m. local time after departing Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. A spokesperson for Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg said injuries had been reported. It crashed on takeoff, multiple injuries, the spokesperson, Allison Martin, said in a message. The plane, a McDonnell Douglas MD-11, was headed to Honolulu, the FAA said. U.S. Senator Mitch McConnell said on Facebook that he and his team were monitoring the situation. Now here's Rafa with our next top story.
Travelers were bracing for widespread flight delays after the Federal Aviation Administration announced it will slash capacity at 40 high-traffic locations starting Friday. We have obtained a list of airports that would be affected by the flight cuts, which the FAA is expected to announce on Thursday. These airports include Chicago O'Hare, Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, Miami International Airport, and all 3 New York area airports. Jeff Guzzetti, an aircraft accident investigator who has worked for both the NTSB and Federal Aviation Administration, said the federal government has never slashed capacity like this before. The closest comparison would be shutting down the airspace during September 11, Guzzetti said, referring to the 2-day shutdown of the U.S. airspace following the terror attacks in 2001. The cuts will start to take effect on Friday, day 38 of the shutdown, and just ahead of Thanksgiving, one of the busiest travel periods of the year. Now, back to Pedro for our next top story.
The Supreme Court on Friday at least temporarily allowed the Trump administration to withhold about $4 billion in payments for the SNAP food benefits program that a federal judge had ordered. The court, via an order issued by Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, provisionally blocked an order issued by Rhode Island-based U.S. District Judge John McConnell that required the payments to be made by Friday night. The administration has said that because of the government shutdown, there is only enough money to pay partial benefits this month. It had previously agreed to pay about $5 billion from a SNAP contingency fund, but objected to paying another $4 billion from a separate program, arguing McConnell had no authority to force it to. This is the first time SNAP benefits have lapsed because of a government shutdown in the program's 61-year history. Some families whose EBT cards were due to be reloaded already this week have reported skipping meals or subsisting on the meager foods remaining in their pantries, such as cereal or ramen. Now here's Ariana with a look at your weather forecast for the week ahead.
Hi everyone, I'm your chief meteorologist Ariana with a look at your weather forecast for this week. It will be snowy and windy from northern plains to Great Lakes this weekend. A frigid air mass will descend into central U.S. this weekend while the desert southwest continues with nice warm temperatures. An upper trough will split, weaken and dig into the eastern U.S. this weekend while an upper ridge amplifies over the west. Another trough will cut into the western ridge over southwestern Canada early next week. The upper ridge in the west will support broad southerly flow at the surface, which should gradually promote seasonably warm temperatures across the region. Highs will be 10 to 20 degrees above average on Sunday and Monday. Increasing winds and dry conditions support a critical fire weather outlook for portions of southern Texas on Sunday, according to the Storm Prediction Center. The digging upper trough over the Midwest will enhance northerly flow into the eastern half of the country over the next few days. A frigid continental air mass will spread south behind a strong cold front pushing south through the central U.S. this weekend. The increasing pressure gradient between the digging upper trough and east moving ridge will produce high winds across portions of the northern plains, where wind advisories and high wind warnings are in effect this weekend. Below freezing temperatures and moisture should produce light to moderate Snowfall across the upper Midwest and Great Lakes beginning this afternoon as a surface low pressure system tracks across the Mississippi and Ohio valleys. Meanwhile, scattered to isolated showers and thunderstorms will spread into the East Coast where above-average temperatures will be in place. Now back to Pedro.
That will do it for this week's weekly news report. As always, thank you for watching and have a great week. Como siempre, gracias por vernos y que tengas una gran semana.